Well, this is a topic that thankfully we could discuss about the 2024 season, unlike 2023, because we all know what happened back then. But talking about 2024, it is a season that we all fancied for all these years. In a lot of ways, 2024 matched and surpassed 2021, barring the intense title fight for the Drivers' Championship. 2024 is a very special season because it is the longest season in the history of Formula One, yet it produced one of the most engaging, interesting, and unpredictable season ever, where we had no idea on who could win or fill the top 3 spots walking into a Grand Prix weekend, as we had Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes all win races, even Alpine coming so close to winning the race at Brazil. Shifting dynamics. I'm not gonna get too analytical as to who had the quickest car, but I think it's pretty obvious that McLaren had the outright quickest car for the most parts of the season after they introduced their major upgrade package at the Miami Grand Prix. Red Bull actually had the upper hand till the Spanish Grand Prix, but the upgrade package that the team introduced at the Spanish Grand Prix sent the team on a detour as the team experienced a massive slump in performance, which took the team majority of the season to analyze through the data to see where things went wrong. By the time we reached the Austin Grand Prix, Red Bull introduced its revised upgrade package to undo the mistake, which worked effectively to put the RB20 closer to the MCL38, but not quite at the level that they were at. The way Red Bull ended 2024 is exactly the way McLaren ended 2023, where they could win races and fight for poles at tracks that suit their concept, but were only good enough to fight for the podium places at most venues. Ferrari were a more consistent front-running team in 2024 than what they were in 2022 and in 2023. Similar to Red Bull, Ferrari also went wrong with the Spanish Grand Prix upgrade package that massively hampered their momentum. Because let's not forget, before McLaren emerged as a title contender in 2024, it was actually Ferrari and Charles Leclerc that we considered as the prime championship rival for Max Verstappen and Red Bull in 2024 after the Monaco Grand Prix. But only by the Monza Grand Prix, Ferrari were able to recover from their misdirection with the upgrade package. But from then to the end of the season, Ferrari gave a very strong fight to McLaren to keep the Constructors' title fight open heading into the final race of 2024. Red Bull's pace looked strong to fight for wins at Brazil and Qatar, where Max Verstappen took full advantage of it to win both the races to secure his title early. While the RB20 looked strong at Baku in the hands of Checo failed to convert his strong pace into a result after his crash with Sainz at the closing stages of the Grand Prix. Mercedes has to be the real dark horse of the 2024 season, as the team themselves were surprised in venues where the car had the pace to win races, as the W15 was just that unpredictable. Mercedes though picked up a race win at Austria. I think it was extremely opportunistic, as both Lando Norris and Max Verstappen had an incident at the closing stages of the Grand Prix fighting for the race win, which made George Russell inherit the race win. Though Mercedes did win multiple races in 2024, I think the team still has a lot to figure out, as they are still unsure as to why the car's performance is so inconsistent. So apart from the first 5 races and Brazil, Red Bull never really had the outright race winning machine at hand, while McLaren had the most consistent performer after the Miami Grand Prix upgrade package to the end of the season, barring the Vegas Grand Prix. Ferrari had race-winning pace at Monaco, Austin, and Monza, while Mercedes had the pace to win races at Spa, Silverstone, and Vegas. So, the obvious is the answer to the question. It was the McLaren's MCL38 that had the pace to win races for the majority of the season. If McLaren had executed everything to the T, McLaren could have wrapped up the Constructors' crown a lot early in 2024, which could have in turn helped them focus a lot better at the Drivers' Championship. McLaren let countless amount of race wins slip away in 2024, which is frustrating as the MCL38 clearly deserves more. Conclusion. So my final ranking of the top 4 cars in terms of pace and speed in 2024 would be in P1, McLaren, because they had the most consistent performer across the season. Though in some races they weren't the clear favorites, they still had the pace to fight for the race win. In P2, I have Ferrari. Ferrari had a very similar fate to Red Bull in terms of failed upgrades, but they managed to claw back and recover to finish P2, taking the title fight for the Constructors' crown to the last race of the season. In P3, I have Red Bull. Red Bull started the season as strong as ever, but the failed upgrades sent the team a long way behind that took them ages to recover. Even after the fix, the car was still the third best behind Ferrari and McLaren, with Brazil and Qatar being the only 2 exceptions. In P4, I have Mercedes. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Though the result don't speak the real story, 2024 was definitely a stronger campaign for Mercedes than 2023, racking up multiple race wins which the W14 never achieved. But across the season, the car was mostly either the third quickest or the fourth quickest. So yes guys, this is my opinion and my take on who had the quickest car in 2024. And I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to the like button and let me know down in the comments on what are your thoughts on this. I'm curious to know who you think had the quickest car in 2024. And subscribe to For a Win if you haven't already. And until next time, it's me Vinesh from For a Win and I'm out. Peace.